button to go live. So after I live, basically I can listen to comment. I want to say hello to everyone. Hello all of you. Any questions coming from Bazi? Any questions coming from Bazi? It's very annoying, when you are already doing Facebook Live like for so long, and the easiest button that come out, it doesn't come out, and you have to wait for that. You have to do all these different type of stuff. And I think Facebook is like becoming harder and harder to do Facebook Live. I think it's because of a lot of copywriting was happening. Yeah, then everybody actually hate to do that anymore. Yeah. Can I like double live actually? No, cannot. You only live to one place. Lily is still not forgetting about that parcel for soul. Okay, let's go into that part. Yeah. Let me go and find that slide first. Because talking like this is very hard to understand. If I draw, it look like very crazy for that part. Is it here? Is it there? I have to go and find this stuff here. Okay. Very the deep topic. How to read health. Normally, the only things that you consider the most, because there's a lot of way to read a health reading. I'll just give you small example. Okay, there is a health sessions right before. I think I got gastric. Okay. Hi, Stuart. Good afternoon. So according to health particular topic, there's a lot of things to talk about in health. So it is not a simple sharing about health topic in a very strict way. Some of the things that you might want to consider or put it as priority than any other things in a chart. Okay, even in your currently your own health. Okay, the main priority of your own health is always your strong physical body. Okay, it's always talking about your strong physical body. Okay, so in your chart, strong physical body means that if your day master is strong or weak, depends on your health. Which is why a lot of people say in traditional parts, we actually don't like weekday master. It's easier to be fall sick, easier to be attacked. Okay, so if you use it the way that I teach you guys in this particular series of parts class, I talk about one part of it that talking about painting. Correct. So the painting itself is your weekday master, your element that represent you inside that particular painting is so weak that everything around you looks like disaster. Most likely your health will have issue. Most likely. Okay. But some of the people's health are born with, not because of the life journey that caused the problem. Born with, you cannot use day master. You must use a special pillar that is related to your conceiving pillar. Okay, that one is related to the soul pillar. If your soul pillar have problem, most likely you are born with certain disability and problem. Okay, most likely you are born with that. So according to health, there's so many different type of interactions, but the base is always talking about you are strong or weak. And to maintain your health, you basically need to do something to make yourself stronger. So in your chart, there is a few things that you need to consider is your friend stars, your rock wealth, your IR, and also your DR. Okay, most of the time, according to health, DR is very important. Now, talking about health, yeah, I don't know your conditions. In chart, it indicates that if you have strong DR and strong friend stars, you're supposed to be well, healthy, and ongoing. Okay, but it doesn't always mean that way. Sometimes too many DR, you actually over care about your body. A little bit of sickness, you enlarge it to become a big sickness. So that's why I say in health, you have to understand a lot of things. The base is always the day master. Okay, the base is always day master. So you have to look around. What is it that is causing problem to your day master? And try to stop that using the Yusu God. Okay, you might feel very confusing, but actually it's as simple as this. As simple as this, yeah. And in metaphysics, we are talking about, of course, you use it different way. If you use it to read as destiny reading, destined to happen, then everything in a chart will look like a problem. For you, yeah? Everything will look like a problem. Yeah? But if you look it as in terms of energy flow, everything is a flow of energies. Okay? That means that you inject this energy more into your physical body. The more that you inject the overly abundance one in your Vata chart, okay, indicates as the component that is too much, that will destroy other things. Okay, now you have to stop injecting this energy to your life, to your physical body. That's how that you should read as a health reading. So it can be super wide talking about this. General is like this, strong day master. Okay. Highly professional, advanced way of reading a parcel, you have to targeted approach into what problem you have. And we are trying to see from that perspective what you should do with it. So in health, it is just like that. Yeah, so every component that was being labeled inside the health, like let us say, okay, zinc metal represent lung, Keng metal represent your breast, your head, your brain. Jia also can represent your brain, can represent your head. Yeah. So animal sign will also represent different body part of your body. Okay. Yeah. So they use that terms like, okay, this organ is overly enhanced, overly injected energies. It is not good, or it was so weak, it cannot maintain itself. Then you have to do something with it. Okay. Muscle most likely related to GF, earth element. Muscle most likely related to earth element. Okay, it's like that. Ren and Kui. Ren is most likely your genital part. Okay, and the Kui water is your feet. Ren most likely in that particular part, your genital part means that your urinary, your bladders, everything is that in that portions. Okay, it also represents blood flow. Gui water is feet. Yes, Gui water is feet. Okay, there's something very interesting with this, yeah, because when you go into that level, it's like that. Okay, Delry is laughing. Do you know why is it like that? Do you know why is it like that? Okay, in metaphysics, they all separate in that way. Okay, water is the only one contained on earth, that touching the earth the most. And if you look into Jia Yi painting, okay, I think I got a slide here. If you look into Jia Yi painting, which side of it? I also forget it. Is it here? Yeah. You look at it here. Jia is the head, gui water is the feet. So in metaphysics, they actually use this term, yeah. So Jia is the top. Okay. Jia is supposed to be sun before last time, traditionally. You know, somebody shoot the 12th sun, that's the Jia. Okay. So in metaphysics, they actually use that, but in real life, we also use that. And for your leg to pump, related to your feet. That's why your feet, if you're not walking nicely, your entire body doesn't move. Okay, it is not just because of your heart is pumping. Eh? Your feet have to move to make the blood flow go up. Entire things, yeah, entire things is actually from the feet. So there's logic behind of it. So we can't. I know you're laughing, but there's a logic behind of it. Eh? In metaphysics, we look into that part. Yeah, so they name it like that. And then they use nature to tell you that is. Okay, so when you learn metaphysics, you're supposed to go to that part. Okay, let's say knee lower below the knee. Like Sally was saying that joint, I think it's called what? Arthritis. Is related to yeet wood. Okay, now when you look into that way, they have combinations, yeah. Always remember they have combinations. So maybe you can, your problem with your joint is related to water too much. Then it's water in your chart, water rushing the wood. The wood is weak, cannot digest. Water too much will push the wood to malfunction. So in metaphysics, in health, that's why I say health topic, super big. It is not as simple like snapping finger, like labeling that is a problem, that is a problem. It's not like that. You have to understand the flow of energy in your chart, and also that you as a human, your behavior and your actions, taking the food that you go into you. Okay, of course, your chart influenced you in that way, but you decided to infuse, to inject what kind of energy you want into your body, and what kind of energies that you want to discard out, you know, disperse it out. Okay, it also depends on you. So it's everything in you. You decide on your health. Not like that, yeah. Okay, it must say you can screenshot. That's why it's like that. Yeah. So let's say you got metal. That means your wood being cut. Okay. It's always like that. Yeah. So that's why you have to go and understand that your conditions, according to your party chart, what influence you? That is what will influence you. Okay. That's how, yeah. So people with depressions, mental disorder mostly have weak element DM. Not necessary, but most of the time, people with depressions have zero fire element. Most of the time. Okay. Zero fire element. Okay. Yeah. Now, too much of fire, you are too high. Like you know, like you're like that, non-stop talking. I just feel like, yo, I feel happy when to talk about this. Just talk like that. They are too high in everything. So some of these, yeah. So that's why you go for you have to go for certain excursion trip. Then you will know why certain people are like that. And once that you know their party chart, it's a complete reflections of that person. Okay, Ima saying no fire in the chart. Then the whole doesn't have fire in the chart, so that will become problematic. Hidden fire, that's mean you have to find. But most of the time, people have less fire, have no fire, no hope in life. Okay. Now, after I explain this puzzle for soul, you guys will understand what I say. According to emotions, according to the part that you have. Okay, puzzle for soul, yeah. Yeah, indeed, settlings. Yeah, that's why you have to find hope in life. You want to find something to fulfill your your life, because fire represents passions and also internal fulfillment, the soul fulfillment. Okay, now this is going to be a very crazy topic, and I have to abandon the gui water again. Okay, since I can never finish the gui water. So Path for Soul is actually using your chart and see what kind of alignment that you actually have. Path for Soul. Okay, so this is like an advanced topic since Lily is asking it, because Lily are quite interested in that. Yeah? Okay, so Path for Soul is like telling you in your physical realm right now, means that right now in your life, how that you experience life and see life. Okay, this one also is a very big topic. Okay, is it related to your past life, future life? I realize that maybe you don't use it in that way, because if you use it in that way, you will feel very confused with what I'm trying to explain in here. Okay, now in metaphysics, there is 5 realms. Okay, in metaphysics, there's a 5 realm. Yeah, then when you're saying good hidden stem means you have to find good for it. Hidden stem is not mean cheat. That one, another big topic. Okay, but right now I don't want to answer that first. See that I can finish this today or not, this one. Okay, later I tell you what is hidden stem. A lot of people have hidden stem in different concept. So I don't want to talk about this first. Okay, so in here, in metaphysics, there's 5 realms. And 5 realms is actually being reflected. The most base of the base of the base of metaphysics, that we are talking about natural laws. Okay, natural laws, yeah. Now, I don't know how we Chinese have this concept. I don't understand why that we Chinese and traditionally actually can develop the sense of understanding the laws, and then they actually put it in 5 elements based on what they understand on earth. Okay, but there is a way to understand it, is called yin and yang. Yeah, that everything in this world respond or reflected like a mirror. What happened externally must happen also internally. Duality. Now there's a new meaning I actually come out here. Duality. So okay, maybe our Chinese time, yeah, they're just too free. They got nothing to do. Sit down and see and observe. Create metaphysics, create Bazi, create Chinese Chimen Tunja, create feng shui. They are just so free. They actually have a lot of time to go and do observations. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Devin, I actually don't know about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So in natural laws means it indicates that the world revolves with the natural laws of itself. So everything in this world must, not this world, in this universe, must have a rules, must have a laws to make it so precise that everything can move, have time, okay, have base, have interactions with each other, so things can grow, things can come out, things can be executed, things can be destroyed. So this is what we call natural laws. There's nothing should be labeled around these natural laws. Okay, so in natural laws, it indicates that the wood element is what we call growth, but in natural laws, it's called expansion. So if you know our time and space, okay, the revolvement of sun moving towards a directions, even though that we are actually rotate surrounding the sun, we are actually moving around the sun, circling around the sun, but the sun is actually on the move. It's actually on the directions. We are actually just part of the gravity movement that is related to the expansion of the wood element, which is growth. Okay, and this growth will then drag along the gravity. Yeah, drag along the gravity. The gravity is actually indicates by the fire element. Example only, I'm just telling you the story. Okay, fire gravity, and then Earth is a planet. People who are living inside is human, and then you got the creations of human. Yeah. So in natural laws, it must comes as an expansion that is go all around as a cycle and is keep moving forwards. Okay, so some of you guys will follow me in the Tao of creations. I tell you about this also. Everything in this life must come from rules and laws that you make so that it can become true. It's the same thing is happening in here. Without the expansion, without the rules and laws that was actually being created, nothing can grow, nothing can exist. So when you go for parcel for soul, it is also telling you the same thing. Telling you the same thing, yeah, when you parcel for soul. Why? Your life always have expansion. And it must need an expansion. It must need a driving force. Okay, and it must have a substance for you to be who you are, and then you can enjoy life as what you can be in here. Now have deeper meaning, yeah. And then of course, this is at the end of it, this is the creations of you, the intentions of you, the directions that you want to be in. Okay, so if you look into the big picture, you will see that there's a big picture go until the smallest picture in natural laws. So whatever in expansion indicates your understanding of the main force, or what we call understand universe, understand things need to grow, need to expand. Okay, everything that was left behind is already being left behind. So you can only look forward into whatever its expansion is. It's always moving forward. So in real life lesson, it means that if always moving forward, whatever that you see right now can never go back. You can never go back and take something to become successful again. You can never go back and find something related to your past life. Should not be, because the world is always moving forward. The expansion tell you that. And if you understand that, you understand that everything is like a big picture. Okay? So if you have so many wood in your chart, your life, you look into life, is always talking about growth, talking about expansion, only about talking about next step. It's a direct reflection to a human, yeah, not just the universe. It's a direct reflection. So this part is what we talk about, the big expansion. Okay, and this is also the part that not everybody will fall into that, yeah. So if you have, let's just say, lack of wood element, okay, lack of wood element, you will never understand why that your body still need to go on. When you have sickness, okay, something like that, yeah? When you have sickness, you think that your body can no longer grow. This is it, this is the limit. So that is where the big picture lost in life. Very important at this one. Okay, hi Simon. Okay, goals mean actually 5 round is actually goals round. Goals indicates your own creations. Okay, so that one is aftermath, yeah? Okay, after part. So fire element is the driving force, is your passions, is your fulfillment. In your life, this represents your soul. Okay, this one represents the big picture. So there's a big picture, there's a soul. So if you have fire element, lacking of fire element in your chart, you always feel unfulfilled. Because there is no longer a driving force, there's no longer the entire element to go into that. Yeah, you don't feel that your soul needs fulfillment. You don't feel that your soul actually required to relinquish the karmas and whatever that you are thinking about. Your soul is not actually there. Okay, there's no longer driving force. Okay, Holy man second top guru. It's becoming white already. So when you look into that, then you will know that, okay, in Bazi chart, you're lacking of fire. This is a problem. So this is a part in Bazi, we call it the soul. Yeah. Whatever I'm telling you right now is called base element. Base element means that if your chart, because your chart have these 5 realms in different category. Okay. Your soul is actually represented by the conceptions pillar. This one very, very deep, yeah. This one, I actually make it to represent life hua. Okay, not related to Bazi, but entirely your life hua is on the wood element. So your soul related to your conceptions pillar, that means is your, later I show you where it is, yeah. Okay, I show you where it is. And then when you have soul, and then you will also have preconceived ideas in life. The more earth element in life, because soul is soul, earth is a solid matter. It's like a planet moving around the expansion of that particular universe. Okay, expansion of it. So when you look into earth element, earth actually represent the solid things that you can see. This is you. And most likely, this is the part where the mind and preconceived ideas that was actually being added on. Okay, so when you look into their name, yeah, the realms, you actually can find out that earth element is an accumulations. So accumulations indicates that the more accumulations you have, the more preconceived ideas you have in life. So if you have too much of earth element in your chart, you are more receptive. You're always taking in things. You have too much of preconceived ideas, too much of things to think about that maybe is unnecessary. So this one is your mind pillar. Additional pillar, yeah. This is 2 additional pillar. Mind pillar indicates, of course, this is also where, if you want to look into ascendings to become some consciousness, vibrational energies, and in the end, it somehow become an energy to support the world. That's mean related to deities and God, or Holy Spirit, or angel, whatever you want to call, is accumulations of mind pillar. In your lifetime, your mind pillar represent your cultivations and your understandings of vibrational energies. The more that you can practice yourself or cultivate yourself, your understanding and your obsessions with something can stay on as a vibrational energies, and it can help others to download whatever that you have as the purest energy form. Your soul will go back to the Tao, the big picture, which is the wood element. Remember, these are very important because in your chart, it represents that. Okay? And then, of course, it will go into metal element that represent what we so-called the physical realm of life. This is your original natal chart pattern. It's what we call 8 characters or 4 pillar. Yeah. So whatever in your chart is meant for you to experience in this life. That's why I always tell you guys, in terms of Bazi, you go for Bazi class with me, I always tell you, your Bazi chart represent opportunities, represent chances of things happening. Okay, it is not fixated, but it's going to happen. In a way that you want it or you don't want it, is going to happen. There's an experience that you need to go and get it. So it's all matter element. What is matter element indicates? If you learn metaphysics, you will know matter represent execution, actions taking. So it also gives you a life lesson. Yeah, if you look into this, it also gives you a life lesson. It tells you that your chart, whatever that you're doing in this world right now, physical realm, indicate as an experience of life that you need to continuously take actions. If you're not taking actions according to yourself, you're not living this life. Okay? Yeah. So when you go into physical, like matter element in here, this means that you were made as a human to continuously take actions. Yeah. Why? Because it's also part of the expansion of this world. This world will only keep on growing, keep on evolving. And you are here to either experience the life, become somebody that is so good, or I like to use this word, you are just a earth fertilizer. Okay? You're just becoming an earth fertilizer. When you don't take actions, your abundance, your desire, abundance, your actions, abundance, your contributions to this particular world, then you're just an earth fertilizer. You're waiting to become a fertilizer. Okay? Now, this is only exists in my terms of parcel for soul. So when you go to the ghost realm, this is what we call the water element. Why is it this exists? Why is it this exists? If this doesn't exist, it cannot contribute to the big picture. So in the end of this 5 realm indicates that human must have a creations of life that contribute to the expansions of this universe. Ghost realm is what we call all the things that you desire, you wanted to happen, you want to get rich, you want to create something, you want to contribute something to this world. It is called the creations of you. So ghost realm is always related to your own creations, your ideas, obsessions, good or bad, is based on the ghost realm. Yeah, and this water element is always related to desire, to lust, okay, to your needs in life. Yeah, to fully understand parcel for soul, you have to understand 5 realm first and what you need in life. Okay, so that's why this is related to your entire chart. And it's out of boundaries. And this one actually is your entire chart. There's from your 4 pillar. This is human decisions, human desire. Very important, yeah, if you look into that. Yeah, so all of this, you actually know that from this onward, it's not just about your barter chart. It's about your soul, your mind. Okay, why is it this topic will come out? Because in your chart, your mind pillar indicates your identity that you want to be in this life. Yeah, now this is big picture 5 element. Big picture 5 element. When I say it's a base element, it indicates that if you have wrong element in this particular place, it will have interactions that telling you that you might be weak in some of this pillar, some of this aspect of your life. But the first thing that we know, the first thing we want to see in the chart, okay, is how many of this element exist in your chart and how you will live your life because of your natal chart present with this 5 element. So if you're strong with wood, you're somebody always looking the big picture of life. Yeah, if you're lacking of wood, you don't even care about growth, expansion. If you're too much of fire, you're always thinking about passions and fulfillment and things need to be high up. If you're lacking of that, that means you're soulless. That's why when you talk about depressions, I will tell you, according to your chart, if you're lacking of fire, that means you're lacking of happiness in life. And you must seek happiness in life to bring balance to your own chart before you can move forward. So in parcel for so this is the something very interesting. I'm not sure you guys feel interesting or not, but when I first approached this, it is not like this. Okay, so whatever that you see here is somehow my own interpretations based on how I understand element, but it is so interesting. Once I created this, it was so interesting because it was reflected directly on every one chart that I read. If you have too many earth, your preconceived ideas too high in life. Everything must have a solid base, a solid understanding of life, okay, a proof that this work. That is when your earth element too high. Like Jimmy, everything must have details, facts, clear thoughts of an actual pictorial form of the result that is going to happen. This is where earth element too high. Okay, yeah, straight away is completely straight away apart. Yeah, you can have this replay. I'm going to have it replay. Lack of fire will also cause negative. Actually, will cause. So in the end of the entire things, they all interact with each other. You also use other part to interact in your life as a useful God. You understand? As a useful God, yeah, you use other way to interact with your chart. So if your earth element too high, what is the things that countering in? The only thing countering in is the wood element. So the way to understand universe things work, how things flow, what is the laws, what is the forces, you use what the wood element is to counter the earth. Okay, this is also very good for people who are doing coaching. Very good, yeah. Yeah. So when your method element is too high, now this is the problem of execution. Normally, you see method element too high, they are crazy executioner. In this life, must do something, must approach something, must execute something, must take actions. Yeah. Okay. Then it will become a problem. It will also become a problem. Yeah. But most likely, people with method element, they are very good in experiencing life, enjoying life. They are very good with that. Very, very good with that. Yeah. So when you have too much of water element, desire too high, outcome too high. This means that you want something to happen in a very extreme manners. Very extreme manner. So that's why people with water element, they always fall into emotional depressions because they want exactly something to happen in their life. They want exactly something to happen and too high. But of course, they have a good part of it. Most of the craziest businessmen in the world is actually water element, rainwater, especially rainwater. So it also indicates to tell you that if your water element too high in the chart, your desire and outcome or creations of something extremely high. And most of the time, you cannot get out from it. Yeah, so if you fall into bad part, what happened? You cannot get out from it. That's why this puzzle fossil is very interesting. Yeah? Okay, puzzle fossil is very interesting. Yeah, Warren Buffett is right. Puzzle fossil is very interesting. It totally reflects a person, how a person live in this particular world. Which is why I also talk about the 10 gods, the 10 stamp. Because it come up from there. So the 10 stamp is actually one of the most important component before party reading. So when you read a chart without even understand 10 god, you already know how this person function. Okay. Just now somebody asked me how to counter wood. Okay. What is the problem with wood? Yeah? When expansion too high, what is the problem with wood? You believe too much of moral compass. You believe too much in fixated way of life. When you're too high of wood, that is the problem. That's why wood, we call them the stubborn one. You're too fixated way, growth, a teaching. You're too fixated with it because you think that life should only go one path. When you're too high of wood. So you're believing too much in expansion, in believing too much in growth, or is the opposite side. Yeah. So in your chart, completely told that. Yeah. So how to counter? How did you actually lower down? Same method of metaphysics, like Bazi reading, your Yusu God. What is your Yusu God? Okay. And then you use it to counter it to balance your chart. Yeah. So no wood means no desire. No desire for growth. Yes. You will not see path. You will not see facts. You don't believe in this world have a universe laws. It's very bad, yeah, actually. So when you look into a person chart directly, you will see that, okay, you have this problem. Straight away, you have this problem. Yeah. What is the real thing for you right now? Doesn't even care to thank God. Yeah. Please do this first. Because you're unbalanced in your life. What will be unbalanced? When a person stay in there and doesn't listen to other people, they are already there and there doesn't is actually overly abundance. Okay, because everything in Bazi is supposed to move. Supposed to move, yeah. Yeah. Now, does that mean if you have high level of particular unique activities to counter? Yes. Same like Bazi reading, same way. So if you're lacking of water in your chart, this means you have to find the creation's desire and obsessions. Okay, if you're lacking matter in your chart actually requires you to experience this life more. Yeah, if you're lacking of earth in the chart, that means you need to really accumulate all the ideas and stuff. Okay, make your own boundaries, make your own rules, how that you want to accept something. If you're lacking of fire, search your soul, what your soul actually needs. If you're lacking of wood, okay, that means you have to use the expansion of life, understand the laws of universe. Okay, if you're good in something like that, it's the same. Yeah, this is the opposite. Too much of this. Yeah, that's why Bazi for soul. You look into this way, it tells you not. It just tell you the word. It also tells you your current in your chart. Okay, so we say how to counter method. Same thing. I talked about Yusu God, right? Go back to the Yusu God and understand part. Okay, understand that part, yeah? It's the same thing. It doesn't move around. Host and guest situation, the interactions of chart. So when you understand one part of it, you know that this is the things that you use. Okay, Regina said, do we use our day? Nah. Here is the thing, yeah. We haven't really go into that part. The only thing I'm telling you right now is the base of the things that represent in the universe and yourself. If your chart, your 8 character means that your original pillar chart is full of certain elements, you will react in that way. Because in your life, it's opportunity, correct? It's opportunity. So everything in a Bazi chart means opportunity, event is going to happen. And always you have the ability to execute this. So if it's too much, you will be, in your life journey, you will fall into that. Now, when I explain this way, this means that not everyone are the same on their chart. Not everyone, because the way that they execute the chart may be different. Maybe they find out the lesson in life. Not everyone need soul healing. Not everyone need to have their perception change. If you understand, yeah? Not everyone required to grow even more. Everybody is different. In your life is different. Your 8 character in this box represent your mental element, your executions, your experience of life. Okay, it's only represent that, yeah? When you go to your mind pillar, your soul pillar, it's different. When you go to your life hua, it's different. This is your pure creations. It's also different. In your life, your goal, your obsessions, is there or not there. Okay, so this one have no interactions. This one also have no interactions. So if you learn this, then you will also understand something, that whatever that you are cultivating in life, because this one also part of spiritual cultivation. Heaven, earth, man, three cosmic trinity. Okay, so the other two, one is the universe, the spirit realm, one is a ghost realm. Yeah, even these two are not in usage, your three cosmic trinity will also make things happen. Okay, so that's why in Bazi, this is the only pillar that exists. One is the 8 characters, and then one is your soul, one is your mind pillar. The other two is out of bound, out of the interactions of your chart. Yeah, but because of your experience, you are included in this 5 elements. This is only what I call basic in Bazi for soul. Okay, this is only what I call Bazi for soul. Yeah. Now, remember all these elements. There's a reason to remember all these elements. Why? Now I'll tell you. There's too many things about this. Not that this is not an easy topic, but the shortest form. Yeah. Okay. The shortest form. Yeah. This is your wood, supposed to be your expansion of life. Yeah. In my Bazi newest class, your success does not come from this. My way of Bazi reading. Your success does not come from this. Your success comes from this. Yeah, because this is your expansion, your growth. In your life, whatever happened to you, if you walk this path, you are in the right path. It doesn't have element interactions. Of course, at the back end of it, it has when you use different school. Yeah. So then, this is your conceptions pillar. This is your mind pillar. So this is mind. This is your conception. This is your soul pillar. Okay. Now, this now is the basic. Now we go into next level. Not the back end. This is next level. So you must understand that your chart is all have a base element of interactions with metal. This pillar have interactions with fire because fire is the base, and this pillar have interactions with the earth element, which is the base element. Why that I need to say interactions? Because if you are somebody with fire element, you will find that this physical realm in life is harder because you always need to conquer. Okay, you always need to conquer, yeah. Because fire, if you are born with Ting or Ping fire, you always need to counter the base element. Yeah. So when you're born with Ting and Ping, you come to this life. Basically, you are trying to conquer this experience of life. Okay, trying to conquer the experience of life. Yeah. Yeah. This Bazi is too much. Okay. So now Jimmy know what happened when you go advanced. Yeah. Okay. So if you live in fire, it depends on your day master and also the interactions in the chart. Too many fire in the chart with the day master is different. Okay. Day master itself is the experience that the day master will feel with his life. Fire element interactions means that a lot of fire in around you indicates that your life, your opportunity in life, always talking about countering something, getting something. Different, yeah? Day master is your experience. This is opportunity happening with life. Okay? Is that there? Okay? So fire counter metal, correct? So when counter metal means that you have to conquer life. What if your intentions right now, your water element is wrong? Your desire is wrong. What happened in life? What will happen? Your actual intention in life is wrong. What will happen? Yeah? Then it will become problematic. Part of also is telling you that if your chart like that, in this lifetime, your opportunity to do that is just like that. So if you have fire element in the chart, you need to conquer. This is all talking internally of you, yeah? Internally of you. Okay, someone say matter is your wealth element. I not really talking about your wealth or not wealth. Talking about 10 gods is about what event it will actually happen. The deeper level. Okay? So that's mean the same thing is going to happen with the soul pillar and the mind pillar. Yeah? Soul pillar and the mind pillar, yeah. So if your soul, suppose the base element is fire element, this is the interesting part. Okay? Your soul is base element fire, but you get a water stem at the top to represent your soul in this life. So this stem will counter the base. Your soul somehow is actually, the fulfillment is very hard to get. Okay? Your soul fulfillment is very hard to get. Yeah? If you're a metal element, that's mean you come here to, how to say, strengthening your soul, or some event happening to your soul to melt you down, to shape you to become a better soul. Like that, yeah? So soul pillar, a lot of times are represented by karmic influence or karma influence. In all books, yeah, actually related to that. Because when your soul comes to this world, you cannot feel fulfilled inside. You're fighting internally. No matter what opportunity you see from your barter chart, it does not matter. Because your soul is suffering internally. So you will see people using this kind of way, you will see people having the soul pillar have, like what I say, water counter the fire or metal element inside the chart. You will see that they are more soulless because they feel suffering internally. Whatever happening, internally just cannot feel the fulfillment. Not because the things happen outside, yeah, it's internally cannot feel that. Okay? Hardly you will see this person have a happiness showing in the face. So Panzer also have that kind of way of reading. Okay? You must say how to determine what opportunity align with one's element. Whatever in the 8 character is opportunity in different aspect of life. Whatever in it. Means that event going to happen. Yeah? So we have to actually understand our conceptions and see what element is dominant in it. Most likely, the simplest version, yeah, is just to look into the stem. Most likely. Like this one, we already see a yang stem happening. Yang water, which is a rainwater. This is a water already counter base element fire. So obviously this person will not feel fulfilled internally. They have go through a lot of things. It's not coming here to enjoy. Yeah. Now, you might find somebody, their mind is a little bit crazy. Okay? They just cannot see life. They just cannot accept opinion. That's mean the mind palace have problem. So mind is supposed to be earth element, and you have a wood element in present. That means your mind always get challenged in whatever that you're believing in. So throughout the life journey, this person maybe in somehow will not believe anything that people tell. Yeah. So Bazi for soul is talking about your internal engine or the structures that was given to you by your Bazi chart. Yeah. And you can only plot it with an hour pillar. Without an hour pillar, forget about it. Remember that, yeah? Without the hour pillar, you can forget this thing. Totally forget. Because it does not matter anymore. Especially for your mind pillar. Your soul pillar calculations come from month. Your hour pillar, the mind pillar calculations come from hour. Like that, yeah? Okay. Of course, it is not always bad. Why? In Bazi, if you use this kind of way of reading, there is always a use-God method and mitigations method in your chart. It's always have a mitigation. So if your mind, let's just say, would actually counter Earth as a base element, that's why I say it's very hard to understand. Because you have to imagine, this is all shifting palace. Yeah, this is base element. And you get a wood stem yourself. This one will counter the Earth. Mitigations is fire element. So you have to change your way of thinking of your mindset. Always look for happiness. Do not look for circumstances that happen. What is circumstances? If wood means the big picture, the expansion, it means that things already have its own flow. That means things happen because of certain cause. And why is it that you cannot accept? Because this cause always challenge you. Okay? Always challenge you. That's why you cannot accept these things happening. So whatever the things is telling you, like people come and tell you that, this is how it works. This is how the life should be. If you go for spiritual path, you just need to believe it and things can happen. But your mind, because of its loss, it's an expansion, you will not accept it. So the only things to accept it is to bypass it using a mitigations element. That means in the middle, you actually need to look at, okay, fire element is the one that can produce to the earth. So the way that you think, the functions, directions of thinking of your mindset, or even your identity from that day onwards, if you know how to read your chart, it tells you that you need to use happiness, fulfillment in whatever that you're thinking in your mind. So in the end, it's the same, yeah? I'm just giving a very base element, and base is already enough. Okay, base is already enough, yeah? For instance, take the right actions. You can, okay, but I can't promise you there's no regret. It just that actually enhance you internally, how you feel in this world, how you actually can accept this world. Okay, the things that happen in your chart. Yeah, remember that, yeah? So that is what we call Bazi for soul. It's just like that. I give you a very base concept with a lot of imaginations that you can actually do. In the end, it's the same. What you need to remember is your chart is meta element because it was pure for event to happen, for execution for it happen. Whatever that you take actions in your natal chart, it brings opportunity. It allows you have chances to execute that. But because of meta element, some of the element inside are countering this. So this technique of reading is a little bit not is fixated. Okay, it's fixated, yeah, but it totally tells you what happened in your life. Yeah, that's why when you see people, when you read a chart, you see a rainwater, a grey water, you will know that their desire is very high. They need to have high desire. Okay, if your use-God is a water element, that means your chart also telling you that you need desire. Okay, but because of lacking in your chart, yeah, there's a but. Lacking your chart, you will not do it. Okay? Because of liking your chart, you will not do it. Okay? Including high, actually, yes, anything in life is yes, yeah. This word, okay, I have to say this word. This is the word that I used for spiritual excursion. The universe is very fair. You are being fixated with that energy. It always depends on what you want. You're willing to seek for it. The universe will give you, including your negative mind. You're manifesting for the bad things, including all that. The universe is very fair. Because this topic is completely talking about the universe flow. Completely talking about the universe flow. Yeah. Yeah. So when you understand that, then you need to remember, okay, my natal chart is metal. Anything in this life, I actually have to take actions. Anything with my mind, something is wrong. My mind element is base element is earth. It's always talking about accumulations. If I don't like the accumulations, I have to discard my preconceived ideas. Sound familiar, yeah? You have to discard your preconceived idea. It means that this earth not good, dump it away. Understand? If my soul is not good, I have to find more things to fulfill my soul. So my soul pillar base element is fire. If I see any water or metal element in there, of course, it's not going to be easy to be fulfilled. Yeah, so this is the basic of departure for soul. Yeah. You want to know something else? Actually, your water element related to your achievement chart. Your water element related to your achievement destiny chart. Highly related to that. Because in your life, that is the directions you will go for. Your wood element related to the life hua. Yeah, and this becomes very interesting. Once that you understand this part of way of reading, it becomes very interesting. Now you look in your chart differently, you will read in a different way. Completely different. Yeah. So is fire or being happy is a useful god for wood element of earth base. Depends on your chart. Okay, you have to find your own useful god. Look back into the useful god class. Look back into useful god class, yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about a little bit about why is it this particular topic is actually go into this level. Yeah. That's why I told you, I post something in my Facebook. I said that there's all this golden nugget that the universe actually lay down. You are the one who go and find it. This kind of technique you will never see in people's talking about that because it's my own creations. Okay, unconsciously it become my own creations. It's because of realizations of people chart. Okay, realizations of people chart. Yeah. Yeah. So it comes out because at that time I was also learning about this and I'm doing spiritual excursion. This is the interesting part because whenever that we are talking about cultivations of energies, matter element is your physical body. This is how you will sense energy. Okay, this is how you will sense energy. This is how you can manifest. If your mind pillar is not good, you cannot visualize, you cannot go deep into meditation state, you cannot do the extreme visualizations or imaginations. And you also never believe in reactions from the universe. If your mind pillar has problem. Yeah. And then only then you will see soul pillar, the fire element, what did internally of you feel. So in spiritual excursion, it is not just about going there and manifest. It is also to do cultivation. But first, in the lesson of life, if you cannot accept anything happening in your life right now, that you can enjoy it, you can experience your good and bad clashes in your chart, you don't want to understand the bad things about happening in your chart, forget about cultivating the mind. the first lesson of spiritual excursion actually come from this Pater for Soul. You must understand what is it happening in your life, and you have to detach yourself to look at it as a event, opportunities, and thing is going to happen. Once that you can utilize the whole chart of your Pater chart, then only your mind can be cultivated. It's a cultivation's path. Okay, this is why that this particular class, that time I was selling this class, it actually come out a realization looking into everybody, and also the meaning behind of Pater for Soul is to cultivate the soul. It is not cultivate the physical realm. Only going through the first stage of physical body experience, things happening in life, then only can cultivate your mind, become a good identity, become enlightened, become someone that can actually see the world in different perspective. Then you will accept all things happen, and this is the path to become what we call the sage, because you're cultivating the soul. That means you're the next level after understand, after can see, after have knowledge about how universe work, then your soul can now be cultivated. Yeah, this is a very big topic. Eh? Very, very big topic. Okay, and I give you guys in just 1 hour. So whatever that you need after that is only imaginations. Okay? Yeah? Now, is it interesting? This one, is it interesting? Number 1. Is it interesting? Okay. 36 people. Yeah? Because this is not normal Pater related reading. Not really normal Pater related thing. Because this one is some sort of original from me. Because it's actually my own way of looking into a chart. When I create this class, basically when I create this class, for that time, I have to lower down the way. I have to lower down the level of teaching, because nobody can understand this. It's very hard. Okay, Ima is raising hand. Anything you want to ask, just type in, actually can. Okay. How do we apply life start into this picture? Yeah. The first thing is always to learn how to detach from your chart. The first thing, your physical realm, detach from your chart. That means you have to look into your Pater chart as someone that can basically look into all the clashes and all the harm, is all a useful things to use, to experience, to enjoy in life. Because you go into Pater for Soul, that means your soul come here to experience something, to train for something. It's like that, yeah? Experience something, train for something. So if you can't even accept that there is a clash happening or a harm happening, you're not detaching from your chart. Yeah, that's why you will find out that the way that I actually talk about Pater is completely different, because a lot of base that I have coming from here. A lot of base I have coming from here. So if you can start to understand your chart and start to understand that everything happens in life is an expansion of life and growth, everything that go by is already past. There's only the future path to go into. And you're part of that creations. And don't become a human fertilizer. Okay? Don't become a human fertilizer. That's why when you go for, why is it so useful in spiritual excursion? Because we are talking about this. We are talking about, you go for spiritual excursion. Spiritual excursion is actually related to wood element. Okay? Then he is asking how accurate this method is. Accuracy is depends on the person who read the chart. Okay? There's nothing can say accurate or not accurate. You ask a person to write the chart, is it the right moment to handle this situation? Okay, but this kind of question is like challenging me about how this method actually work. Okay, you don't need to think about it. Look back in your chart. Is it accurate or not? Looking back to your chart, how do you feel about your life? Are you fall into negative part, or are you fall into the positive part of the chart? Just ask yourself, based on the things that I just tells you about. It's always a big picture. It was never the smallest one. Okay? Yeah? Now, is sadness, pain a part of our creations in life? Your life was meant to go through all those things, yeah? Because when you talk about Bazi for soul, your life is meant to go through all those things. It was even represented in your chart. Your life is to experience. Your 8 characters, your Bazi pillar, 4 pillar, is to experience this life. Yeah, that's why when people told me that they want to become a nun, become a monk, I would like to slap them. Why? Of course, it's good in there, but your chart was meant for you to experience this life. And what you're trying to do, running away from it. You understand? Yeah? Do you understand? You're running away from it. That's why I always tell people, embrace the pain. The more pain it is, yeah, the more that you're experiencing this life. The more happiness that you have, the more that you're experiencing this life. Because you're meant to experience life. If not experiencing life, no point. No point, yeah? No point. Okay? Yeah? Yeah, it's either suffering or happiness. It's always like that. So when you truly learn about the life, that means you are already in a state of the wood element. Now, without wood, you will not understand this. Okay? Like just now, David was asking me, most likely I will look into your chart. No need to look into your chart. Yeah, this is the specialties of this. You're learning all these things. This is specialties of it. Then I will suspect your chart have also, like Jimmy, have a lot of earth. How true this is? Okay, how true this is, yeah? How accurate this is? Most likely is the earth element problem. You understand or not? It's a direct way that reflect on the chart. Okay? If you're looking at wood, that means you can't see big picture of life. Straight away, a lot of time you guys come from a free consult, free Bazi reading. I actually use a lot of this. A lot of this, yeah. How to explain a lot of wood? It means maybe combinations, maybe too many wood elements appear in the chart, right? Then when you have to look back, yeah. Okay, it's like that, yeah. That's why I told you. So they also have interactions to counter drain and everything. That one is a useful God part. So go back, refresh on that, then you will know what I'm talking about. You want to do something in your life. So sometimes you reacted according to your chart. Understand? Yeah. Now, the yin and yang concept, when you have that in your chart, the reflections will come up. Okay? Yeah. How to increase the wood for growth? This means certain things you have to believe in. Normally have earth element, right? Like Jimmy, have to always slap him with. Think about that. Imagine about that. Have to always slap him, you know. Okay? You have too many earth element. You got no choice, yeah? Okay? Somebody was saying, I don't think you, yeah, but the way to find happiness, to see passions, may be a little bit lacking. Yeah? You actually reflect that, yeah? So, and you will not take things easy. Lack of fire is like that, yeah? You will not take things easy. Because fire, happiness means enjoy. It doesn't matter who is it, as long as that moment is enjoyable. It's like that, you know? Okay? It's also because of that, your soul feel that you are living the moment. Yeah, Jimmy said, you can look into that way. Yeah? And then you told me a lot of this stuff, yeah. Karma, 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 karma. You have to fight, then you'll for that. Understand? This is the path. So that's why you might find that my way of reading chart a bit weird, but this is all the base. Yeah, some of you guys will come for the barter class, like this free class. You find it very weird. Why is this person use that way to read a chart? I'm just using base element to read your chart. There's no special structures. In my way of learning, there's no special structures because your chart already tells the part that you need to be. It's already mentioned here. Okay, there's no need to be fancy type of reading. Use the base. Everything is just the base. You understand the base, you understand your chart. So this is part of the barter for soul base. Okay, so I hope you guys find this interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to tell you about that. Okay. Yeah. As long as you doesn't put something to increase that and try to lower it down. Yeah. So when you look into Jimmy chart, of course, your fire very high, combination of fire. Your desire is wrong. Your obsessions is wrong. You have to find obsessions. Yeah. And that's why you will know that if you go for some spiritual excursion with me, I will tell you that try to stay in balance, equilibrium. Do not believe in too many things. Okay? Yeah, do not believe in too many things. Enjoy your life, experience your life, live your life. Like yesterday, I was posting about the karma things, right? I was also telling that in my yesterday class. Not yesterday class, the day before. I was saying that if karma was there, looking in your chart, this is all the things happening, keep on repeating, the opportunity and stuff like that. It can be represented by karma. But if you can choose how you want to be and be who you want to be, you will still fall back into the same problem. You do not know what to do. It's always like that. Yeah? When I recommend the video about that part, I'm telling you that things keep on repeating happen, but the reactions and the skill and the expectations at that moment of time that you are doing it is completely different every time you face it. Completely different. The solution that you will give. Yeah. Very, very different. Okay. Yeah. And then you will actually overcome the situation and even become better and utilize it. That's why I always tell you all of you guys, your chart is a tools. It's a tools. It is not for you to accept it, receive it. It is not for that. It was there to tell you, now you have a map. Looking into the map, this is what's going to happen, and where is it I can get the benefit. It's always like that. That's why you have to go into that part. Okay? Yeah, thank you, Bimla. See you in Bali. I think just around 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So thank you for everyone joining in. I hope this give you another perspective in your Bazi understanding. This is actually based to Bazi 101. Yeah? Whatever I explain here is like Bazi 101. Okay? Now, have fun. And maybe I see you guys again next week. Just maybe. Yeah. Okay? So have fun. Have a great week and enjoy yourself. Goodbye.